Hey guys, welcome to our channel Coding with Karthik. So this session we are going to discuss about Python Lambda functions and also we'll see a few important functions in Python. So those are map, filter and reduce, so which are really useful in real-time projects. So we'll go one by one and I will give some examples to understand better. Um, but before we start the session, so I request you to please subscribe to our channel Coding with Karthik and like the videos and share the videos. So it is kind of encouragement for me to make more videos on Python, and also I can come up with tutorials to tutorials and other programming laws like Golang, so which are really have like more demand in the market. Okay, so that's why please like, share and subscribe to our channel Coding with Karthik. So let us begin the session. Okay, yeah. So first, what is lambda function? So we can say it as, like, we can call it as anonymous function in Python. So since why we are calling anonymous function, right? So in normal function we have to use def keyword and we need to give the function name. So right. So but here it is kind of, we can on the fly itself we can create lambda function. We can use it. So and we need to define the name, and it is and also uh, while defining normal functions, we use the def keyword, but anonymous functions are using lambda keyword. So that's why we are calling it as lambda function. And also for this function, we need to consider few points. That is, like, we can pass any number of arguments to the lambda function, but uh, it has only one expression that is evaluated and written. Okay, so here is the syntax for lambda function. So we'll use the lambda keyword, and here are the arguments. So we can pass any number of arguments, and here is the expression that is going to return. Okay, yeah. So this is basic thing about lambda function, but you can understand more like when you use this lambda function with like a map, filter, and reduce, and also we can use this lambda function in Python pandas data frames. So there are many places we can use lambda function where we don't depend like any function. We just need to have the expression, and we can pass arguments to that lambda function. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, now let's jump into the examples. Okay. Yeah, let me open VS Code. Yeah, now suppose if you want to double the number, right? Let's say if you want to double the number, so let me define one function. Okay, so double. So here sorry, here we'll have one variable x, and we'll return x into 2, right? So this is how we define a normal function, right? Suppose if you want to call this function, right, we have to use like double of 2. So if you run this code, the output is 4. Now when you consider lambda function, so how we use this? So instead of this, we just create one variable to call the lambda. So this is a lambda. So here are the arguments. We'll pass only one argument to double, right? So, and here we'll just return. Okay. Now if you execute this, see. So this is how easy, right? So we can just write single line of code to get the output. So this is how it works. We can just also do like x into x. So see how it is useful, right? So let me change this number. Okay. So this is how we use the lambda. Okay, and also let's say if you have some list, so where you want to double this thing, right? So then we can do, right. So instead we know to define the function, so we can simply call, let's say we have list. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, now uh, so let me do one thing. So let me create new list. Okay, for I in L. Okay, and here let me define one function. Okay, lambda I equal to, suppose lambda x equal to I. We are passing I as argument, and here we'll do like x into 2. Okay, we are multiplying each element in the list with the 2. Okay, so now let me print out this list, each element. Okay, uh, first let me print out the new list, then you will see what is happening. See the output, right? So the list, now the new list has a, each element is function, so that means here is the lambda, right? So that's why each one is showing as a function object. Now so if you want to see the results, right, then what we can do is, right, for I in new list, so we just need to execute this one. Okay, you know, see, so we can see the we can see the output here, right? So this is how the how lambda works. So here it seems to be very complex that we have to, we can simply write other logic to uh, get the double of each element in the list, right? But there are more use cases we'll see now. You will understand better when we look into this other functions like map, reduce, and filter. Okay, yeah, let me start the other topic now. Yeah, so let me open PPT now. Yeah, so what is next? So most powerful functions, right? So here, these are the three most common functions which are really useful in projects. Okay, and here the thing is like uh, here we have to pass the function object and also iterables, like iterables in the sense like list elements, list tuples or any sequence, sequence object. Okay, and these functions are provide like best way to like elegant way to do some logic on the sequences, and also like very shorthand approach. And also Python have a inbuilt module that is function tools module. So that includes various functional programming tools like map, like these methods. Okay, um, here the syntax for these functions map. The first argument is function, and second is iterables, which can be a list tuple or any sequence of objects. Okay, and here we have the filter, and so the three functions will have the same syntax, but the functionality wise it they have differences. Okay, let's see one by one. So now let me jump into the code. So let me open VS Code now. Okay, yeah, so first is map, right? So you see the example. Already we have a list L equal to, we have defined list, right? So map, right? So what it will do, it will iterate each element in the list, and whatever the first argument in the list, right, that is function, right? So it will apply that function to, it will apply function to the each element in the list, and it will return the object. It will return the value. So now now let's see. So how it works. Okay. So let me pass. So let me print the results and just me. So first let me symbol. Okay, map of. So so suppose if you want double the each number, right? So generally either we can define one function here, and that means for map function, right? For these functions we can pass normal function object, or we can pass lambda object, but we'll use a lambda object since it is more flexible with these methods. Okay, now yeah. Here what we'll do, we'll just define lambda x into 2, and what is the list, right? Yeah, I'm passing the list. Now let me print out this, see what will be the output. So this is map object, right? That means we have to convert this map object to the list. So for that we just need to use the list of, see the output, right? So it is multiplying with 2, right? So that's why each element getting iterated through the map function, and it is applying this lambda function to multiply with 2. So this is number 2. So this is how it works. Okay, now let's go to the other function, filter. Okay, so filter, suppose if we want to filter out the list, right? So then we can use the filter method. So the name itself we can understand what is filter. Okay, and now Let me just print out the same thing and list of, since filter also will return the filter object, so filter class object, so that's why we have to convert that to the list using list of method. So this is how the typecasting works. Okay, and now let me use that filter off. Okay, uh, so here, so what we'll do, right, we'll just try to get the even numbers from the list. Okay, what is the logic? So x percentage 2 equal to 0. Okay, and now here we're passing list. Okay, so let me move this a bit. This is how it works. Let me, this is okay. Now let me run this. Okay, so Python, so lambda test. See, so here we are getting only even numbers, since we are here, well, filter also will iterate each and every element in the list, and it will apply this lambda function. So if it returns, it depends on the boolean value. If it is true, then um, it will hold that value. Otherwise, it will ignore that value. Okay, so that's why here we have given logic to get the even numbers. So we are able to see the even numbers from the list. Right? So this is how filter works. Now let's get into the other function, that is that reduce. So the reduce itself, we can understand it will reduce entire sequence into the single value. So that means, let's say, so here if I want to multiply all the numbers together, right? So something like, suppose if I want to do 1 into 2 into, so 3 into, so 4 into, like till 7, right? So if I try to do that, so I have to iterate entire list, and then I have to use some logic to multiply all the values together, right? So instead of that logic, right, we can directly go with this reduce function, so where we can pass this lambda expression to do that, and we can, like, we'll pass this entire list to that reduce function. Okay, so here let's see that, um, yeah, reduce so, but this one is not available by default. We have to import from the function tools. Okay, function tools, so import, what is it, reduce. Okay, now let me call this function, let me print out this, print reduce of, so lambda. So here the reduce function will return two variables to the like two variables to the function. So that means the first one is kind of the cumulative value or something. Suppose if you want to sum all the numbers, right? So then that is kind of cumulative value. That means till previous steps, right? Till previous iteration, whatever the value is there, right? So that will be send for the next iteration. Okay, so that's why we'll have two values. Let me give something like t comma x. Okay, here what I will do is, we just want to multiply this, so that's why we'll use this. So next we'll pass list. Okay, now let me exclude this C. So this is multiplication of all the values together, right? So this is how the reduce work. So that means if you want me to write the normal function, right, then I will just go with that. So this is something like, suppose if you want to go with the normal function, this is like, I have to define one variable. Let's say t equal to 1, t equal to 0, sorry, t equal to 1, and here for I in L, and I have to do this. Let me consider the x. So by that you can correlate with this lambda function. Okay. So here what we'll do is we'll just multiply, so t into x. Okay. Now let me print the t. Okay. Let me see the results. Both are same, but here we have to write too many number of lines to go get the single value, right? So that is use of reduce, we can simply write one lambda expression inside the reduce function, and we are passing that list to the lambda function. Okay, so this is how reduce works. So these are like these are making us to use more function programming in Python. So function programming, everything in functions, right? So that means here, like the reduce will expect this function first argument as function object and second as list, right? So everything to the function, like it will hold one function. So whenever we are calling that function, it will call this lambda expression to get the results. So this is how function programming works. Okay, so I hope you enjoy the session. So this is all about today's session. Okay, and let me conclude the session. Okay, so today we have discussed lambda function and three functions like map, filter, and reduce. So lambda is kind of anonymous function. For which we can pass any number of arguments, but we can have only one expression that will return. Okay, and we can use this lambda function with inbuilt functions like map, reduce, and filter, and also we can use it with data frames, and wherever you want you can just simply use it. Okay, and even you can apply for any sequence in the Python. Okay, like a list, a tuple, or a list of objects, or wherever you want you can just simply apply this lambda expression to those sequences. Okay, so this is entire section, and coming to the map, filter, and reduce, right? So as you see, right, we have already seen example. So map is to iterate the each element in the sequence, and it will apply some logic to the element, and we can apply some logic to the element. And coming to the filter, it will filter out the list elements, and we can get the specific elements from the list. And reduce is to just apply some logic on the elements to get the specific value from the list, something like sum of all the elements, or something like product of the elements in the list. So this is how the reduce function will work. So this is the entire session. So in the next section, we'll discuss about exception handling. So this topic is really useful. So because sometimes we write code, but we have to handle the exception properly. So then only you can become a like you can become a classic programmer, right? So otherwise, it is kind of you just try to code, but you know you need to understand where it is causing the issue. So if something getting exception, how to handle that exception, right? So this is very important for any programmer. So please follow up the next session. Okay, and thank you for watching this video, and please like, share, and subscribe our channel Coding with Karthik. Thank you. We'll meet in the next session. Okay, bye.